What's going on, guys? Well, this is not a video I was expecting to ever be making, but here we are, right? Gotta adapt with the times. Now, before we start talking about Japanese booster boxes and the market and all that, and everyone starts thinking I'm crazy, we gotta do the standard caveats, right, of what we're gonna be talking about today. So, what we're talking about is now a good time to possibly be looking at the Japanese market? And I'm not really going to try and convince you that it's a good idea. I'm just going to kind of let you know what I'm thinking about and what I'm doing and what I'm just kind of keeping an eye on. So the caveats. One, if you're new to this and you don't have anything, stick with English. Don't get crazy. If I was you, go get some like Paradox Rift, base set, Temporal Forces. What this is me just kind of looking around, doing a little bit of research, kind of thinking out loud. And I'd love to hear some pushback. Tell me in the comments why I'm completely wrong about all this, and I would love to hear it, honestly. Because I probably think I am a little bit wrong on some of this, because I don't know. So where are we going to start? I personally am looking at Japanese sealed product right now over English sealed product. And why is that? Well, if you've been following this channel, you know that I always preached, find the value. Find the underpriced valuable stuff. Not the crap, don't find just the cheap nonsense, but find the undervalued products. And so, anytime a product got inflated, as long as you had enough of it, I was pretty much like, hey, kind of back away from that asset, right? So for example, now with the market going crazy and like the Evolutions, ETBs, right? My question is, let's say you didn't get any ETBs. Let's say you got like 1 or 2 or like 5 or 10, something where it's like, it doesn't even really matter, right? It's like you got like 5 or you got 3. You can't really do anything with that, right? So that's kind of like a throw it in the closet and wait for those to hit like $200 or $300 in like 5-10 years, right? You can't really do anything serious with those, or maybe you can just kind of quick flip them, but you can't really do anything with that, right? So the question is, do you go out and you buy more for $70, or do you look at something else? And it's getting to that point too with some of these other boxes where it's like, okay, you've got a case of Surging Sparks, and then maybe you pick up a few boxes here and there whenever you see it hit like 145 or even 150 because you believe in it. Well, do you just keep going in and buying cases, or do you, instead of just kind of picking up that box on the side every now and then, do you put your money somewhere else? And like I've preached a lot, Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces, base sets. But what happens when you're kind of happy with your position in those? What happens when you want to diversify a little bit more, but you really don't want to buy more of the inflated stuff that's coming out, and you're kind of worried that maybe the market's rearing its head towards one direction and it's starting to forget other things? What's the move there? So that's what we're thinking about today, right? I'm not saying drop all your English, go sell all your English. English is dead. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying English is exploding right now. And for us people who want to just find the deals, find the value, where is it at? Where's the hidden value right now? And I was just looking, and it kind of came to me, and I was like, I think it's Japanese sealed product. And let me tell you why I think that. The biggest reason that even got me thinking, okay, so like just to kind of preference this is the only Japanese booster box that I currently like have in my possession. I just made a $500 purchase of some box, not a huge purchase. But this is the only booster box I have, and I got this because it was a joke at a convention, and I got it like super cheap. I've told the story before. But the thing that really changed my mind about all this is when TCG Player put Japanese products on their website. and we now had an established market. And I don't know if you guys saw, but basically boxes went on there for like 50, 60 bucks. And then they just plummeted. All of them down are now to like 38. And there's other websites now. Basically all these websites that were selling Japanese at these random prices, $60, $70 a box, all this nonsense. It's all on TCG Player now for like 38, 40 bucks with shipping. And it's not every set. Let me preface this too. It's not every set. What I'm particularly looking at are sets, newer sets that have extremely valuable English cards. There's one set in particular, and I'm just gonna say Crimson Haze. It's a Japanese set. It's the set with the Greninja in it. I just picked up about 10 boxes. In my mind, that's a good play. Like I said, I'm not doing anything crazy. This is like, less than a percentage of what I'm doing with Pokemon, right? But I'm starting to think about it, and I'm starting to kind of, whenever I see something I like, I'm starting to kind of put a little bit of money into it. So I'd love to hear people's thoughts on this. But again, my main reason is for it being on TCG Player now, Pokemon being so big. I personally think that I think what happens is people flip-flop. I think people, like, English gets too expensive, and then they go to Japanese, and then Japanese gets too expensive, and then, and so I feel like it's this flip-flop. So I kind of want to be, like, flipping when other people are flopping. You know what I'm saying? So not everyone's like, English, $700 Pikachus. Like I said, I've got my Surging Sparks, right? Like, if you don't have any Surging Sparks, I would recommend getting it in the long run. But if you've got some of that, right? If you're happy with your English positions, is there plays in Japanese right now? And I think there is. Again, this isn't me telling you to do anything. I don't even know if it's a good move. I just think with it being on TCG Player now, and the data being more trackable, and the prices being so low, I mean, can a booster box of Japanese that's like actually a decent set, can it get lower than like 35 bucks? Like, I don't think it can, right? Like, I don't know, but in my mind, the numbers just don't make sense how it possibly could, especially when it's got hits in it that are over $100, right? So, I don't know. I just think Japanese, everything I'm seeing right now makes me just want to go throw a little bit of money in Japanese. So that's what I'm doing. Now the sets, again, right now the main one I'm kind of targeting is Crimson Haze. There's a few other sets. I'm not going after 151. It's like 80, 90 bucks. I'm not looking for I'm looking for the sleeper sets, right? The value, right? I want value, but I want underappreciated value. I'm not looking for cheap crap. And again, the most I would probably ever let the Japanese get to is maybe like 5%, 10% of my Pokemon. So again, this isn't like a, hey, go, dump all your English and go buy Japanese. That's not what this is. But it's, go look at that. Tell me what you think. That's all I'm saying is, hey, look at that. That might be something. I don't know though. But I'm thinking about it, right? So, I mainly just want to get this out because I'm going out of town this weekend, so I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are on this. If there's any other sets you're looking at, English or Japanese, that you think are undervalued, let me know. Let me know your thoughts on it. But that's really about it. It's just something I've been thinking about, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion. But like I said, I've already deployed a little bit, not a lot, but it's interesting to me. It's interesting to me. I had to do more research. But something to think about, guys. Something to think about. There's always plays. And again, we want to go for the value, not the overinflated assets. But anyway, hey, have a wonderful weekend, guys. We'll see you around.